There is a past in every portrait, and there is a truth in every tale, and all the days that came before us are as the wind upon our sails.
There is a forest in every father as he stands amidst the wild, and a mountain in every mother, sturdy force of heart and mind.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Beth Chaim Congregation. And then we say Mazal Tov to parents Sushil and Serena and Sister Maya. Grandparents and family who've come from near and quite far. And of course, we offer a warm Mazal Tov to Amita on this day when she is called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. We remind everyone that please turn off your cell phones. We will not be needing them. We also ask you not to put any of our sacred books on the ground. Underneath the chairs in front of you is a slot in the seat. You can slide the books you're not using underneath there. And we're just so delighted that everyone is here on this beautiful Shabbat morning to celebrate this wonderful moment, this rite of passage, this time of shifting identity for a young person in her family and in our community. Today, and along this journey, Amita has received many very special gifts. Most of them are not things, but today she will receive her very own talit, a very special gift, a gift that she will put on whenever she comes into the synagogue on Shabbat morning or on holidays to remind herself that she is of the age of responsibility. So right now we invite Amita to come onto the bima with her grandfather Nono and her mother Serena, who will translate. You can hold the mic, Serena.
It's gonna be fast.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Cara Amita, ho ricevuto la gioia più grande nel vederti realizzare questo avvenimento così importante per noi, ma soprattutto per te.
Dear Amita, I've received the biggest joy in seeing you realize this moment, so important for all of us, but above all for you.
Fin da piccola vedevo in te le capacità che risplendevano al raggiungimento dei tuoi obiettivi. Sei una ragazza sensibile, intelligente e, come si dice da noi, bella dentro.
Since you were a little child, I saw in you all the ability that were bright and were shining whenever you would reach your objectives. You are a girl that you are sensible, you are intelligent, and like we say in Rome, you're beautiful on the inside.
Mantieniti sempre così e vedrai che la vita ti sorriderà. Se avrai momenti che ti sembreranno difficili, ricordati sempre la forza che hai dentro e risolvili così.
Always be like this, stay like this, and you will see that the life will smile at you. If you will ever have moments that will look difficult to you, remember that you are beautiful and that you will be able to go past this moment with a strength that you already have inside.
Un ringraziamento speciale va a Serena, a Sushi, my son, che mi hanno dato una gioia così grande.
A special thank to me and Sushil and to us that we gave him such a big joy.
Ci volevi tu, Amita, per farvi vedere una mia nipote che va in Torah con kippah e tallet.
It took you, after other 4 granddaughters, to finally see a female come on the bima wearing a kippah and a talit.
Grazie, grazie e ancora grazie. Thank, and more, thank. Baruch Hashem, Yevarech et Kulkem.
Yeah, talit.
Aspetta, va.
Hold on.
Che mostro.
So, Serena, will you hold the mic for your daughter? You can slide in there. So open up the talit. Go ahead, Amita. Beautiful. So the blessing before you put on the talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen. Mazel tov. So Serena, you stay on the bima, because we're going to call up Maya. Like you to hold the mic. So right now, as part of our morning blessings, on the morning of a bat mitzvah, we invite a sibling, in this case a big sister, Maya, to offer Amita your blessing. You can step towards her, Maya. Yeah.
I don't have many memories from when I was young, but one of the strongest memories I have was being told I was going to get a new sibling. When I was about 3 to 4 years old, I was shown an ultrasound of my new sister, and from then on, I knew that we were going to be best friends. I was able to watch you grow up, and it has been quite a wonder. I am so happy to be able to see you through this moment. You are such a strong and stubborn young woman, and I hope that you will carry that beautifully into your new young adult life. I wish you a beautiful ceremony and a wonderful rest of your life.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. You can all have a seat. We're delighted to have Jeff Reitzes on the bima today. Unfortunately, I'm still recovering from COVID, and it's not safe for me to be there. So I want to thank Mark Garretts for making this technologically possible, and Jeff, who will be leading and helping and supporting Amita in the singing and the joy. Right now we call up Aunt Priya and Curtis, honorary grandfather Curtis. Come on up, please. And we invite you to turn to page 772 in our prayer books. As they lead us in a prayer, it reminds us that all of this prayer and this intention of the heart is all about helping us to become better people and to care for others in the world. So we're going to do this responsively by stanza. Aunt Priya is going to begin, and everyone's going to respond with each of the alternative stanzas. Jeff will help with that. Yes, go ahead.
We cannot merely pray to God to end war, for the world was made in such a way that we must find our own path of peace within ourselves and within our neighbor. For we already have eyes with which to see the good in all people, if we only could use them rightly.
We cannot merely pray to God to end starvation, for we already have the resources with which to feed the entire world if we would only use them wisely.
To clear away sins and to give it hope.
If we would only use the power justly.
We cannot merely pray to God to end disease, for we already have great minds with which to search out cures and healings, if we would only use them constructively.
Therefore we pray instead.
Instead of merely to pray, to become, instead of merely to wish, that our world may be safe and that our lives may be blessed.
Amen. Thank you, Priya. Great. So we move on and ready ourselves to move into the Borchu, the prayer in which we bless the source of all blessing. And in so doing, we are blessed. Right now we call up Amita, Hannah, and Graham. Can't see if they're there. Come on up to join Amita at the podium. We invite everyone to turn to number 8 on our additional sheet. Amita and Hannah will begin, and Jeff will lead the response. Please join Jeff in the response. Amita, Hannah.
Baruch Hu,
Baruch,
dear one,
dear one,
Shekhinah,
Shekinah,
holy name.
holy name.
When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu,
Baruch,
dear one,
dear one,
Shekhinah,
Shekinah,
holy name.
holy name.
When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu,
Baruch,
dear one,
dear one,
Shekhinah,
Shekinah,
holy name.
holy name.
When I call on the light of my soul, I come home.
Lovely. Thank you, Hannah. You can have a seat. Amita will now lead us with Jeff in the Borchu on page 247. We lead into this with our wordless melody.
Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, Le'olam, Le'olam, Le'olam va'ed.
Amita, you can have a seat on the bima. We move towards the Shema and the Ahavta with a prayer called Open Up Our Eyes, which Jeff will offer. And after he moves through the first version of the prayer, the first time through, we invite all of the members of Amita's B'nai Mitzvah class to join her on the bima for the Shema and the Ahavta. Jeff.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that we are one. We will know that all is one.
Amen. So we turn to page 277 for the Shema and the Ahavta. This is our central affirmation. We affirm that we are all connected, and we are connected to the earth and all beings that inhabit it. The four-leggeds, the swimming things, the flying things, the crawling things, and of course, all other human beings. The Jew crew, as we fondly call our B'nai Mitzvah class, has spent a good part of this year going out into the world, visiting the Contra Costa Food Bank, visiting experimental farms, going out into the parks, going to the White Pony Express, an organization that collects food unused by grocery stores and restaurants and distributes them to people in need. We're blessed to grow up in a very well-to-do part of this valley. And there's still, on any given night, around 5,000 people who have no houses. So this group, this class, as part of becoming B'nai Mitzvah, have learned that they can be difference makers, to give and care for those in need. And that is how we connect, by paying attention. Shema Yisrael. So right now, on the bima, we can see the view. We have Amita. Mark, can I see the view as well? There we go. So if you hold that right up to your mouth, please, with your classmates, lead us in the Shema and the Ahavta. Page 277.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahara et Adonai Elohecha u'v'chol lecha u'v'chol nashecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anohim metzavecha hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibatar bam bishivtecha bebetecha uvleftecha vadere ushopecha ukumecha ukshartam leo al yardecha v'hayu letotafo beinenecha uvtavtam al mezuzo betecha uvisharecha.
Well done. Your classmates can have a seat. Amita invited to move back to the podium. We turn to page 291, third line from the top. This prayer, which in the consciousness of our people was offered after the crossing of the sea and the liberation from slavery in Egypt, reminds Amita and all of us that we have more resourcefulness than we often give ourselves credit for. So we'll start with the wordless melody. Jeff and Amita will lead us. All who are able, please rise into this prayer for our inner resources.
Halai la lai lai, halai la lai lai, halai la lai lai, halai la 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 lai, halai la 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 lai, halai la 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 lai, halai lai lai, halai lai lai lai, halai lai lai. Hai lai 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 mi chamocha bali madonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osei fele nora tehilot osei fele hai lai 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 hai lai 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 Hi, lai, lai, lai. Hi, lai, 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 lai.
We turn to the last paragraph on page 291. Sur Yisrael, Rock of Israel. Amita.
Tzor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael. Ufdehinu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, go all Yisrael.
Amen. So we remain standing. Amita, you can come down off the beam if you wish. It's now time for our Mitzvah. Amidah is the standing silent prayer. Begins on 294, 295, and continues all the way to page 323. There are, of course, alternative meditations for those of you who are perhaps less familiar with the traditional form of prayer. The italics at the top of the page guide you to some meditations that capture the essence of this standing silent prayer. So we take a few moments right now to turn inwards and listen to the prayer of our hearts, to the deepest yearning of our souls for a few minutes. And when your meditation is complete, you may be seated. At the conclusion of the silent meditation, we invite Amita and her classmates, Abby and Sammy, to join her at the podium for our prayer, Oseh Shalom Bimramav. It's the last two lines of the Amida. You can find the transliteration on our additional page number 16.
Say shalom bin Rama, Huya say shalom aleinu, Kve'yakol Yisrael, V'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bin Rama, Shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ya'akol Yisrael, amen.
Amen. Well done. So we invite Sammy and Abby to have a seat. Amita stays at the podium. We turn to page 383. Everyone can have a seat. Amita leads us in the beginning of this Introduction to the Torah service. We begin at the top of 383 with Ein Kamocha, continue with Av HaRachamim.
Ein kamocha ve'elohim Adonai ve'ein k'ma'asecha mahutecha mahut kol olamim uv'memshartecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed, Adonai oz, le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech, e'amo v'shalom, av harachamim, Tiva Birtzon ha'et Zion Tivnei chomo Yerushalayim Tivnei chomo Yerushalayim Kivecha levad batavnu Melech Elam Vanisa Adon Olamim.
Beautiful. We invite up onto the bima Grandpa Nono, Sushil, and Serena for the passing of the Torah from Lador Vador, from generation to generation, demonstrating a personal connection to Torah, our tradition, and the future generations. We invite more Sam to come up onto the bima, and we invite up Amita's dear friend Camila to come up as well. So as Camila opens the ark, we invite everyone to rise in honor of the Torah. Well done. Thank you, Camila.
Thank you.
We turn to page 385. Jeff leads us in Vayehi B'Msoah Aaron.
Vayehi B'Msoah Aaron, Vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, Ve'afutzu oyevecha, Ve'anusu mechzanecha mipanecha, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Udevar Adonai, Mirushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'Kedushato.
Now we invite Laura Sam to take the Torah out of the Aron HaKodesh, the Ark, and she passes it Lador Vador as Jeff sings, Pitchu li Sharei Tzedek, open to me the gates of righteousness, and Sam will leave the Torah in the arms of Serena. Pass it now, Jeff.
Pitchu li Sharei Tzedek, Avovam Odeya, Odeya, Pitchu li Sharei Tzedek, Avovam Odeya, Odeya, Ze hashar Adonai tzadikim yavovu hi dehashar l'Adonai tzadikim yavovu.
Amita, look at generations, your blessed lineage. Your grandfather from one of the oldest Jewish communities in the world, the Roman Jewish community is more than 2,000 years old. Your father, this beautiful Indian culture, all of this flows to you. You are so blessed. So today, holding the Torah in your arms, invite you to turn out to the congregation. Please turn to page 393. Sam, if you could help Amita. 393. Right now, holding the Torah in her arms, Amita will sing out the Shema and Echad Eloheinu. We will listen and sing back to her. Amita.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Luladonai Romema Shemo Yahdav.
Thank you. Marcel takes the Torah, puts it on the Torah table. Family can return to their seats. Amita, please stay on the bima. Now time to take out our purple chumashim, our Torah text that we will use today. And you can place your sidurim, your prayer books, again underneath the seats in front of you. Today, we find ourselves chanting from the Torah, from the book of Numbers, Sefer Bamidbar. This Torah portion, Naso, is the longest portion in the entire Torah. It contains laws relating to the suspected adulteress. It's a story about faith and being unfaithful when a partner suspects their mate of being unfaithful. And it's also a story about a particular class of people called the Nazarites. Nazarites are people who entered into a different category of holiness. Finally, this Torah portion, we hear of the priestly blessing, the ancient blessing that Aaron, the high priest, offered to all of the people. The story ends with the heads of the tribes bringing gifts to the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary in the wilderness. There is a lot in this Torah portion, and a lot that our people have given up, have let go of. And you'll hear more about this from Amita in just a second. I had the privilege of studying this Torah portion with Amita for the past several months, one-to-one for 45 minutes every week. Amita was challenged to consider what and how this might be meaningful to her in her own life. After Amita chants from the Torah, sings out this story of our people, she will sing a few verses from the Haftarah, from the prophetic reading associated with this week's Torah portion, and then she will offer her own Dvar Torah, her own words of Torah, her own teaching, her own reflection and insights on what this encounter with our people's sacred story has meant to her. The reading today is broken up into 5 sections, or aliyot, called opportunities to ascend to the Torah. And before each section, before each aliyah, different people are honored, called up to the Torah to offer and receive blessing. Whenever we encounter Torah, we always honor our teachers. Specifically, we honor Amita's 7th grade teacher, Mora Ellen, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but sends her blessings. We also honor Mora Sam, who taught Amita trope, how to sing out the story of our people. And Mora Sam will be our gabbai today to assist on the bima during the Torah service. We also acknowledge all of the teachers who have guided and supported Amita along her path. So right now we open up our Chumashim to page 688 and 689. And Amita will begin chanting 4th line from the top, verse 10. So for the first aliyah, we call up Sammy, Abby, and Hannah, Rishon, Yamdu, B'nai Mitzvah me Hashana Zot, Rishon. Sam will undress the Torah, open to the spot. Amita, you can show them verse 10. Second line down, first word right. Come touch the Torah with your talit. The tzitziyot. Stand in front of the Torah, all 3 of you, and offer the blessing. Amen. You follow along as Amita chants out. Ends with an amen.
Amen. Ubayom hashmini yavi shetei torim al shenei b'nei Yonah el hakohen el petach ohel moed ve'asa hakohen echad lechatat ve'echad le'olah V'kiper Allah me avsher hata al hanafish. V'kidash et rosho bayom hahu. V'hizir ladonai et yamei nizro. V'hevi kaves beshanato le'asham. Or v'hayamim harishonim yiflu ki tamei nizro.
Shkoach, well done. Show them the place, Amita. Come touch your tzitziot to the Torah again. Close the Torah. And your blessing continues. Amen. Well done, well done. We continue with verse 13, and in a moment, Amita will continue chanting. If you follow along with the translation, we're hearing about this special category of holiness that people took, a vow called the Nazarite vow, and they lived a different kind of life. You'll hear about this in just a minute when Amita talks about what this encounter with Torah has meant to her. Right now we call up some of Amita's teachers that are present. Ya'amdu, Mora Sam, Mora Jeff, and is there any other Morim or Morot there? Okay. Good. And your blessing?
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim Ve'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Again, Amita continues chanting verse 13, middle of 688, 689.
Amen. V'zot Torah Hanazir B'yom Melo Yamein Nizra Yavi Otam El Petach O HaMoed. V'hi grieve et korbano ladonai keves bet shanato temim echad li'olah v'havsa echad bet shanata temima lechatat v'chayu lechad tamim lishlamim v'sal matzot solet halot bililo bashaman or kike matzot mishohim bashaman umichatem beniske hamam.
Beautiful, well done. Jeff and Morris, more Jeff, Morris Sam. Your blessing continues.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'Hayei Olam Nata B'Toheinu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Stand up just to,
Thank you, Jeff.
I'll just follow you.
For the third Aliyah, we call up Grandfather Nono, Ya'amod, Yisrael ben Naphtali Va'ada, Shlishi. And he'll be escorted by Serena. Show them the place, please. Amita.
Baruch et Adonai Mevorach.
Baruch
Baruch
le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher בחרנו מכל החכמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Amita continues with verse 16 as we hear about the process of concluding this time of ending the special status of the Nazarite. Go ahead, Amita.
Amen. V'hi grief hakohen lifnei Adonai, ve'asat hatato, ve'et olato, ve'et ha'ayil, yesem seva shelamim l'Adonai, all sol hamatzot, ve'asat hakohen, et mirchato, ve'et nisko, Vigila Hanazir Petah, O how moed at Rosh Nizro, Vilakav, et Sa'ar Rosh Nizro, Vinatan al Ha'esh, Asher Tahat Zevat Hashlamim.
Well done. Show them the place one more time. Show your grandfather, mom.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורה האמת ויקיים עולם נחטא תור כשהיינו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. We continue with the fourth Aliyah, which can be found still on 688, 689. We are on verse 19. And the Nazarite who has not shaved his or cut his hair for this term of special holiness ends this term with the cutting of hair. So for the fourth Aliyah, we call up the proud parents, Serena and Sushil, Tamod, Esther Bat Yisrael Ba'ada, Revi'i. So Sushil and Serena, go ahead and take your talit, touch it to the Torah. Before you offer this blessing, we say to you, what a blessing. You have brought this beautiful soul into the world. You've nourished her, supported her, and brought us to this sweet moment. What a blessing.
Baruch et Adonai Amenorah.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Amelech le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vilaka hakohen et hezroa b'shelah min ha'ayil v'chalat matzah echad min hasol or kik matzah echad v'natan akapeh hanazir echad hitgaho et nizrael v'heni otam hakohen tineva lifnei Adonai korbanot kodesh hu lakohen al hazeh hatnufa ve'al shok hatruma ve'chad yishteh hanazir yayim ve'zot torat hanazir asher yidor korbanot Adonai al nizro milevad asher tasik yado kefi nidro asher yidor kain ya'aseh al Torah nizro.
Well done. Your parents touch the Torah, let the Torah touch them, and can offer the concluding blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'kayam lanu nata b'torahenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Now we come to the final concluding Aliyah. We invite Amita to sit back in her seat on the floor. This last section contains the priestly or threefold blessing, Birkat HaKohanim. So we invite you to follow along. Amita will begin chanting with verse 22 and finish this chapter 6. Right now, we call Amita up. We call her up to become a bat mitzvah. Tamud, Tamud, Habachura bat mitzvah. Amita bat Esther Vishil, we call up the bat mitzvah. Amita Rajendran, Maftira. So Amita, you've been chanting so beautifully, you've been leading our community in prayer. Now, with this blessing, you officially become a bat mitzvah. We honor your becoming. We don't know who you are going to become years ahead, but we know based on who you are now that you're going to be someone very special. So with this blessing, you become a bat mitzvah. One of the things we invite you to do is the last line of each, both of the blessing before and after, contains the words Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Blessed are you, God, who gives us the Torah in this moment. And to signify your willingness to receive Torah as a bat mitzvah, we invite you during that line to slightly lift up the Torah and claim your connection to it that you have earned through hours and hours of study and wrestle to become a Yisrael, a God wrestler. So please touch the Torah with your tzitzit. You're blessed to finish with the threefold blessing. Hold the Torah in your hands and offer your blessing of becoming a bat mitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborah. natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Verse 22.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el Haron va'abonav lemor, ko tevarechu et bnei Yisrael, amor lahem, yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ya'er Adonai panav, elecha v'yishmerecha, yisa Adonai panav elecha, ve'yasem lecha shalom. V'samu et shemi al bnei Yisrael, ve'ani avarachem.
Well done, Shikoach. Touch your talit Torah. You can put the yad down. Right at the end, right there. Hands on the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amita, I'd like you to come to be able to look at the screen because I want to offer you a blessing. If I was present, I would have my hands on your shoulders, offer this in contact, but I do so across this marvelous technology. Mishaberach, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you. Amita Rajendran, Amita Bat Estelle Sushil, who has come up for an aliyah upon reaching the age of Mitzvot. May the Infinite One guard you and protect you, guide you to a life of giving and sharing. May you always remember who you are and where you came from, and that you are loved. And we say, Amen. Amen. You're blessed. Invite you and your parents to move back to the Torah. Because with the Torah out, we offer our prayer for healing. Mishaberach is number 15 on our additional page. Jeff will lead us in this prayer for healing, and what we always say before we offer it, we take a moment, consider who in our lives is in need of this prayer of healing right now. And we ask that if they're not in the sanctuary this morning, then the next time you speak with them, that you let them know that they were in our prayers of healing this morning. Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us to find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Now we invite Serena and Sushil to have a seat. Amita, you can prepare yourself for Haftarah. If I were there, I would lift the Torah, but we're doing this virtually. And we call up some special people to address the Torah. We call up Sarah Karatov, Lori Tvoranovsky, and Mali Larrabee to address the Torah. Yamdu Yedidim Blila.
Hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la 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 la. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu Kedem. Hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la 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 la, hi la la, hi la la, hi la 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 la.
Now it's time for Amita to chant some verses from the Haftarah. So if you open your Chumashim to pages 1184 and 1185, you'll see Haftarah of Naso, which comes to us from the book of Sefer Shoftim, the book of Judges, chapter 13, verse 2, and one of the most famous Nazarites in the entire Torah was Shimshon HaGibor, Samson, who clearly had some anger management issues, needed to become a Nazir. His parents saw at a young age that he was so powerful and so strong and so headstrong and given to be violent. So he needed to grow his hair to be identified, and he needed to stay away from alcohol because nothing good could come of that. So Amita is going to read the very beginning of this story of Samson, of Shimshon. And she'll start with the blessing before the Haftarah, and then move into the Haftarah. Amita.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar bin ve'im tovim v'ratza v'dibrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah uv Moshe avdo uv Yisrael amo uv bimbiei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen. Haftarah.
Vayahi ish echad metzorah mimishpachat hadani ushmo manoach vehishta akara ve'il yalada vayarach malach Adonai al ha'isha vayomer eleha hineno atakara ve'yal yaladet ve'harid ve'yaladet ben.
Beautiful. Blessing following the Haftarah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim tzedek b'chol habedero ha'el ha'ne'eman hamdeber haomer ve'osa hamdaber kayem shekol divarach emet vatzedek al haTorah ve'al havevodah ve'al hanveim ve'al om hashabat hazeh shenetalanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha livadesh ol tifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach o miverhim otam yitbarshim echad befi kol hai tamid leolam va'ed baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabat.
Amen. Well done, Amita. It's now time to return the Torah to the Ark. We put away our Torah texts, our Chumashim. We take out our Sidurim. We open to page 441, third line from the top, as Morris Sam puts the Torah back into the Ark. Jeff leads us in Eitz Chaim Hi. 441.
Chaim Hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar derachaheha darchei noam v'chol nativoteha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Amen. We close the Ark. Everyone may be seated. It's now time for Amita to offer her Dvar Torah, her very own teaching on what this encounter with Torah has meant to her. Please listen carefully.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Have you ever remembered something you did a long time ago? Like an argument with your sibling that got really intense. Or a time when you accidentally stayed up doing literally everything but study for a test. And wonder, why did I do that? My Torah portion contains two spiritual traditions that were abandoned by our people more than 2,000 years ago. The obvious question is, why do we bother studying these long ago abandoned traditions today? These issues remind us where we came from, and they show us what we used to value and how changed and adapted. It shows how we are flexible and can grow as a spiritual community that is very much alive today. The first of these issues that our people have let go of is called sota, or the ritual of the bitter waters. If a man suspected his wife of being unfaithful, he could subject her or make her go through a serious trial, a trial by ordeal. In this trial, the suspected woman would be given this bitter water to drink, and it was thought that if she had been unfaithful, she would die. If she drank the water and she was falsely accused by her husband, she would be fine. While this ritual was humiliating for the women, it must be pointed out that it was much better than many of the other trial by ordeal in other cultures. These trials often went like this. The suspected woman was taken to a fast, rushing river. She was pushed into the river. If she survived, she was guilty and would be killed. If she drowned, she was innocent. Yes, you heard me correctly. There was no way for the woman to win and survive. These rituals appeared all over the world and were even practiced in the early days of this country as part of the Salem witch trials. Again, while Judaism let go of this ritual more than 2,000 years ago, we remember that it once existed to remind us how unfairly women were treated. In thinking about how our friends sometimes act in ways that test our friendship, Rabbi Dan asked me to think of a time when I felt that someone I was friends with and trusted acted badly and behaved in ways that were hurtful to me. One important experience of a friend of mine being unfaithful was during Halloween last year. I had been friends with her for the span of the school year, and I thought we were pretty close. During Halloween, I was waiting for some more people to catch up, and when I looked back at where everyone said they'd be waiting, no one was there. Apparently, my friend had told everyone that the majority of the people were there, when really most of the people were missing. This really hurt because I was left behind. Another time she was unfaithful was more recently. I was out with my friends and she sent a group picture to us. We joked around, but she took it personally. Then she texted my best friend behind my back, telling her I was toxic and made her cry at school. When my best friend asked what I had done, she said she couldn't remember. This whole problem made me feel frustrated and miserable. My best friend did end up sticking up for me, which made me feel a lot better. I'm still trying to somewhat fix what is broken in the relationship we had, but I really don't know if it's possible. I learned that some people are worth letting go for your overall happiness and well-being. The second spiritual tradition in my Torah portion that our people have abandoned is the Nazarites. Nazarites were people who took a vow that they would live a holy life for a certain amount of time. Sometimes, parents would take the vow for their children. Nazarites had 3 rules they had to follow in order to live the holy life. Number 1, no drinking wine, alcohol, or anything made from grapes. Number 2, they must refrain from cutting their hair. And lastly, number 3, they cannot have any contact with corpses or graves, even if it is their family members. It seems to me that the Nazarites were naturally passionate people who needed to be kept from the effects of alcohol and could be easily identified as very passionate because of the lengths of their hair. As you know, passions can empower us to achieve wonderful things, but sometimes they can get us into trouble. Learning to harness those passions enables us to access our own special qualities. I always enjoyed playing soccer, ever since I was little. I was around 5 and in kindergarten when I started to play soccer. I normally am a defense player and I can be very competitive. I would like to believe I am a strong and powerful defender when I get more competitive. Once in a game, I grew very competitive. This resulted in me unintentionally scoring a goal against our own team. This put me in a very difficult situation and made me feel guilty because in the end, we ended up losing. In my Torah portion, there were issues that were once important to our people that we have let go of. Something I personally let go of that was once important to me was softball. Since I'm a very competitive person and very athletic, I started to pick up softball around 3 years ago. I played it for 2 years before I dropped the sport. I remember playing against a team, and when the batter hit the ball, it landed in my glove. Then I saw people running toward the base, so I threw it and caused 2 more people to be out. I was very happy and proud of myself. I stopped playing because of COVID, but it is still somewhat important to me. Only other things like school are more important. I feel sad about letting it go since I loved and enjoyed it a lot when I played. I have learned how much I miss the experience and excitement that softball brings to me. I learned how much I enjoyed it and how far I've come from when I first started to play softball. In my Torah portion also includes the priestly or threefold blessing. The priestly blessing is the oldest Jewish blessing that was offered by the high priest Aaron to all the people. The first part of the priestly blessing is, "May God bless you and protect you." This blessing made me think of an experience of protection, someone watching over me and having my back. This experience was when I was around 8 years old. My grandfather asked me this question: can you see the moon once the sun is out? Being 8, I said no. He asked why I thought that, and I said, because. He only smiled and responded, even in the day the moon can be seen. It's just a matter of where you look. To this day, the moon reminds me of my grandfather. It makes me feel like he is near and present and makes me feel safe. If I have a problem, it gives me a new point of view and a different perspective. Like in the story from before. Maybe the girl who wasn't being nice to me had something going on and needed a way to let out her anger and frustration. Maybe I was looking at the big problem I saw, or the moon, or sun, and I wasn't digging deep enough to see the moon. While learning about the priestly blessing, Rabbi Dan asked me to experiment with blessings myself. Throughout the many blessings I gave and received, I learned 2 important things. A blessing can help us find perspective when we are wrapped up in our own problems. Blessings can make us appreciate and remember the forgotten little moments. The threefold blessing is given at times of significant change. Learning about my Torah portion caused me to recall some changes that happened because of COVID, and I definitely discovered some important things. Something that changed for me because of COVID is my overall look at things. I used to kind of think the world revolved around me. I was 10. I also would become jealous at the little things and never appreciated what I got. Now I can appreciate what I have and know the world doesn't revolve around me, but it needs everyone. 2 questions I have that I'm still thinking about is how to relate with toxic friends. So my questions are, when is it time to let go of someone toxic? And how do you let go of them without hurting them? My Torah portion overall describes the traditions of which our people let go of 2,000 years ago, those being Sota and the Nazarites. Although we let go of these traditions, it is good to look back at them. It is good to look back at things from your past and wonder to ask questions. It is good to look back and remember why you enjoyed or despised something. But it is also important to look back at things that made you feel safe and protected, like happy memories. Not only the ones that bring anger. COVID has brought a lot of changes for all of us, but now we can look back at our younger selves and wonder, why did I do that? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Siman Tov. Mazel Tov. Now we invite our greeter, Sarah Keratov, to come on up to present some gifts from our Beth Chaim Brotherhood and Sisterhood.
On behalf of the Beth Chaim, on behalf of the Beth Chaim Sisterhood and Brotherhood, I am honored to present you with your very own Shabbat candles and Kiddush cup. May you always taste the sweetness of the wine, feel the warmth in your heart from the flames, and clarity of spirit from the blessings. We wish you a world filled with beauty and a life filled with limitless possibilities. Mazel Tov, Amita.
Thank you, Amen. So Amita, I'd like you to come over to the screen again, because I would like to offer you a blessing on this day of your bat mitzvah. Amita, on Thursday we gathered in person at your home and on Zoom at 9 a.m. in the morning. Usually we do this lovely ritual in the evening, but since we had people from Italy and India on Zoom, we accommodated everyone time-wise. Amita, you are blessed to have such a loving family and so much love in your life. You have such a rich heritage, a blending of such robust cultures. Amita, you are bright and kind, and you have a wonderful heart. You're a gifted athlete, and you have a competitive fire within you that is itself an amazing gift. There will always be people in your life who try to tell you that your intensity is too much. Your competitive fire is too much. The truth is that you are not too much. You are just enough. People who say these things are taking care of themselves, not you. Your responsibility is to be good to you. In your Devar, you ask, what is one to do with toxic friends? And the follow-up, the corollary question, how do you respond to them without hurting them? The answer to the first question is, there is no such thing as a toxic friend. They are frauds. Real friends are never toxic. Your Devar, including the beautiful tribute to your grandfather, was off the charts. We are all so proud of you. What you know about self-discipline at such a young age is a gift that will serve you throughout your life. You are blessed to have so many people in your life that help you appreciate the first of the threefold blessings you talked about today. People who have your back. And I count myself among them, Amita. If you ever need someone to listen to whatever you need to share, I am on board. I am on the Rajendran team, and it is a good team to be on. You are, Amita, a great light. Take care of that light and allow others to care for it with you. You are blessed. During our work together, you spent quite a bit of time looking carefully at the threefold blessing, which you spoke about so beautifully in your Devar. You spent a week offering blessings to your mom, and a week offering blessings to your father, and then weeks receiving blessings from them, just to feel what it feels like to give and receive powerful blessings. So right now I'd like to offer this threefold blessing to you on this day of your bat mitzvah. And Amita, if I were in the room, I would again be in physical contact with you, offer you this blessing. But I do this across the internet, across this streaming platform. And so, are you ready? Yes. And I invite everyone in the sanctuary to respond to each of these blessings with this words, Ken Yehi Ratzon, which means so may it be. Let's try it together right now. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha
Ken Yehi Ratzon
Ya'el Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Yisa. Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Which means, may the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. You are blessed. Now I'd like to invite the parents, Sushil and Serena, to come up onto the bima and offer you their special parental blessings on this day of your bat mitzvah.
I'm not going to improvise, so I will read. I'm so very proud, Amita, of the person you have become, and gives me great joy in seeing the person you're growing up to be. Always know that no matter what problems you face, you will always have the help and support from us and the entire family. You will find that the world is not always a fair place. But do what you feel is right to make it better. Do not let others sway you from what you know to be right. Always believe in yourself and your own abilities. Remember what your grandfather Bobby used to say. Be good and do good. I'm proud that you do what is right, just like Bobby used to say to us. Most importantly, remember to keep smiling. Your ability to make people smile around you is your superpower. I wish you days filled with big smile on your face. If I had a superpower, I would give you the ability to see yourself through my eyes, so you can see how special you truly are. I'm proud of you and love you. I end with this. May you have comfort on difficult days, smiles when sadness intrudes, rainbows that follow clouds, friendships to brighten your being, faith so that you can believe, confidence for when you doubt, courage to know yourself, and patience to achieve your goals.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We always called you our sunshine. And as a sunshine, you're bright, amazing, and breathtaking. Like light represents the union of different colors, you have many different qualities within you. Just to cite some. The passion of red, the creativity of orange, the wisdom of yellow, and the freedom of blue. My blessing for you is that you keep being your wonderful, brave, and amazing self, unapologetically. That you keep having adventures, exploring the world inside and outside of you. And that, and you need to promise this, okay? That you keep making as many mistakes as you can, so that you never stop learning new things. Rajam, Silvana, Rajama, Ada, Norma, Girija, Priya, Valeria, Maya. These are just some of the strong women that walked before you, that are working alongside with you, and that will walk with you. Reach out to us when you will need it, and we will be there to hold your hand and help you carry your load. We love you, Amita. Keep being yourself and following your dreams. I'm honored to witness and follow your path for as long as I will be able to.
Amen. Beautiful blessings. Amita, why don't you escort your parents to their seats? Just bask in these beautiful blessings. And in times of great celebration such as this, we always pause and remember those who have died. And through the power of memory, we invite them into this circle of celebration. So we turn to page 451 in our prayer books for the Kadisha tone, the mourner's Kaddish. I ask those who are in the first year of mourning the loss of a close loved one to please rise to honor their memories. Anyone who is in the week of the Yortzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one, is invited to rise and honor their memories. Anyone else who feels the need to say the Kadisha tone today is invited to rise as well. In addition to all of these, we include in this Kaddish Nona Norma and Grandfather Babu. And for all these, we say Zichronam Livracha. May their memories forever be a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. V'yalmad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam U'Leolmei Olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei Dekudusha Richu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shivata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Zecher, 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 tzadikim livracha, livracha, their memories bless our days, bless our days. Please be seated. Everyone is welcome to join us in Kiddush following the service. Right now, we invite Amita and her B'nai Mitzvah classmates to come back onto the bima. to offer the Borei Gafen and the Motzi. Why don't you get the Kiddush cup and someone can get the challah for you. We start with the Borei Gafen. The bottom of page 465. Everyone sings together. It's Borei Gafen. 465. Baruch. Go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Amen.
Amen.
It's bad.
Exactly. That's the trial by ordeal for every bar and bar mitzvah. Okay, now we offer the motzi. You can take the cover off the challah. Let's say the motzi together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz.
Amen. Great, you can put down the challah. We close the service with a prayer for hope, prayer for peace. We thank Jeff and Maura Sam for their support. Number 10 on our additional page. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. We dream of a time of peace and harmony.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'akulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'akulam. Salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kolam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kolam.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov.